Hi and welcome to Score Game. Before we continue our adventure, I want you guys to tell me in the comments if this is the first series that you watch on my channel or did you watch me play some other games as well. I'm really curious, but in any case, thanks a lot for the support. Okay, so we need to go to the lighthouse. So let's just teleport there. Actually, let me check the map. Completed map.
Finally, the map is complete. There's also the signature of the cartographer, Tom Rayleigh. He really was a genius of cartographic drawings. Now I know why Steve wasn't able to find the treasure. Without the complete map, those coordinates are useless. I need to go to the lighthouse. The light will guide you. 47 degrees north, 78 degrees east.
Okay. And there's an X over here. Won't tell the lighthouse. There's another X over here, another one here. Oh well.
Okay, let's try.
Wait, he said 47 and what? Okay, let's go 47. Not like this.
Bingo! This is the point marked on the map. Let's see in what direction the lighthouse is pointing. Good.
There we go. Finally a purpose for the
lighthouse is positioned according to the instructions on the map. The light points in the direction of the cemetery. Better go check.
Do we need to do anything else in town? We finished the museum, we finished. We finished. Yeah, I think we finished everything. The final area. Let's go.
I don't want to I don't think the X meant to indicate these wooden boards. It'd be better to remove them.
Oh my god.
Once there was a legend. To access the afterlife, a boat toll was required. A weird votive sculpture. Even if we're in a cemetery, a skull, even a stone one, is always a bit scary.
Do we need to put a coin here?
Maybe this coin wasn't used as currency in the earthly world, but rather to pay the ferryman for a journey to the afterlife. Let's try.
Oh my god.
Where did I end up? It seems like a natural cave.
How are you gonna get out?
I don't want to go back now.
You don't want to go back. You can't.
I can't believe it. This is a colony of Mexican psilocybe, one of the most powerful hallucinogenic mushrooms in the world. Professor Jones showed one of these in class when explaining Aztec rituals. Their sour odor is unmistakable, and the conditions for growth seem to be ideal. Humid and lacking sun. Only a strong adrenaline rush can counteract their effect. They're supposed to proliferate only in a few areas in Central America. How did they end up here? I'm also wondering who put these wood barrels here. I'd rather not touch them. This species of mushroom is extremely dangerous. The Mexican psilocybe, even if taken in small doses, causes addiction and induces hallucinations and trance states.
Are we actually gonna find his dead here? Let's see.
It can't be. The hull outline, the colors on the bulkheads, a red nightmare sailed on the sea. Its slender shape induced all to stop and admire it. The historian Jean de Leon described the adventure galley this way. This is it. The adventure galley. Kid's ship.
Who dares?
Your son?
But who said that?
Who dares board my ship without permission?
Who's talking? Are you a ghost? Show yourself.
How dare you give orders to me? Only I can give orders.
So his dad is here and he got intoxicated by the mushroom and he thinks he's kid. That has to be it.
It can't be. I can't believe this. My God. Dad? Dad! Dad! Is that really you?
I have no sons. I'm the Adventure Galley's captain. My name is only whispered in both the old and new worlds. Some people call me the Scourge of the Seas. I'm William Kidd. Who are you?
Don't you recognize me? It's me, Willy.
What tone is this? Boy, remember who you're talking to. I'm Kidd.
What happened to you? You're not Kidd, you're Henry. Henry Morgan.
Don't you ever mention that name in my presence. Morgan and Blackbeard are the reason my crew and I are here. If it wasn't for their betrayal, right now we'd be the masters of Tortuga. Instead, Morgan and Blackbeard mutinied, hired their own crew and attacked us. But nobody can take possession of William Kidd's treasure. Remember well these two names, because they're the worst enemies of Kidd's crew. Morgan and Blackbeard. What I wouldn't give to meet you face to face. And now, speak plainly, for what reason are you here?
Okay.
I sell cookware, mattresses, and bikes.
The quartermaster already stowed our supplies. We don't need anything else.
Isn't this the way to the Rotten Teeth?
I don't believe you're of an age for that club.
Dad, wake up!
I already told you to not call me Dad. My kids are my crew, and you don't seem to be a part of that.
Dad... Captain, I'm the new deckhand you were waiting for.
It's about time. You have permission to board and immediately get to work. The bridge needs a clean sweep. Ask the quartermaster to give you everything you need to make this ship shine. I'm going back to my cabin now. I have to plot the route for our next destination. Tortuga is waiting for us.
What's happening here? How could Dad still be alive? Why doesn't he recognize me? I better get on the galley right now. I have to get my dad back home.
So he's been intoxicated by the mushrooms for 10 years.
The ship is completely deserted. I guess Dad, or Kidd as he now considers himself, is in his cabin to the stern of the ship.
Okay.
It's a cannon from the 17th century. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't use it. It hasn't got a wick. It's one of the galley's cannons.
Okay, so apparently we're gonna need to use the cannon.
I don't want to shoot a cannon. It's the door to the captain's cabin. Dad should be in there. Better not. The ship is docked on this side. There's a risk that the shot could ricochet and cause damage.
Okay, we have a few areas to explore here. I actually thought this was gonna be like a final area in the game, but I guess I was wrong.
This old sword could come in handy. Maybe I can learn how to handle it. If I'm not mistaken, near my house they just opened a school. The Swordmaster. That should guarantee success.
Okay, we got a sword.
Yuck. The hilt is all sticky. Time must have corroded the handle's material.
Okay, what else? What else? Another cannon.
This cannon is ready to shoot. I should have a valid reason to do that. It's one of the oldest cannons on the ship. It has probably never been replaced. You can tell by the notches engraved on it. Every notch shows a battle in which it was shot. 8 notches, so 8 battles. An interesting tidbit of information. I guess it's still armed and ready to fire.
Okay, we have the matches in case we need to fire it.
It's locked. If, as I suppose, this is the door to the hold, they have surely reinforced it. I obviously need the key to enter. I could ask the captain if he knows where I can find it.
Okay. Anything else? I guess not.
According to a chronicle of the period, these wooden mannequins were used to make the crew size appear larger. The fear factor and the number of armed men visible was usually enough to win a battle without even fighting. Somebody carved the name they gave to this mannequin in the wood. Jimbo.
Oh my god, what? Dude, you can't be serious. You can't just take that huge mannequin that's bigger than you and just put it in your pocket. That's ridiculous. Okay, sure. I'll accept it.
Some well-preserved clothes.
Yeah, just steal them.
It looks like a voodoo doll. Some prankster guest of Kid must have left it here after his stay. Better not touch it. I wouldn't want its curse to remain active on some descendant of the represented person. It looks like a voodoo doll. Some prankster guest. Better not.
Okay, we can take the voodoo doll.
An old three-cornered hat. I think it belonged to some captain, or someone from the upper class anyway.
And just steal it.
It doesn't strike me as the best time to start reading treatises on 17th century fashion.
We can't open the chest, we can open this other small chest. Rack. Okay, we need to put something in his drink and cure him, I think.
I can't take them. They look like nautical charts, probably routes of the adventure galley. Dad looks busy. He completely got into the role. Life on the by William Kidd. It seems Kidd was writing a treatise. Interesting.
Oh, never mind, we can't interact with the glass. I guess I was wrong.
Dad is seated at the captain's desk. There's a strange smell coming from the cabin.
Nothing else we can do. Okay, can I use the clothes on Willy? No. Or maybe I can use them here? Or maybe on the...
I have to find a better use for them.
Okay, apparently.
I'd only risk ruining it this way.
Apparently not.
I don't think...
I'm gonna go back to the mushrooms a bit. If he said anything about a cure.
I'd rather not touch. This species of mushroom is the Mexican psilocybe, even if taken in small doses. It's a colony of Mexican psilocybe. The Aztecs in mind, they're extremely powerful According to some recent studies, they also have an extremely high calorific.
Okay, he doesn't say anything about how to cure it. Maybe he's not even affected by the mushrooms, he's just crazy. I actually have no proof he's affected by the mushrooms.
It's an amazing ship, and its preservation is I wonder how many secrets it still hides after all.
Can we talk to his father? Because I tried earlier this door and it didn't work. I guess it works.
What's happening now? I hope it's something important.
Oh my god.
There are rats inside the magazine.
That's the reason you've been brought on, deckhand. Try to earn your daily rations. Anything else?
Someone stole the last barrel of grog.
What? This is really serious. But the quartermaster can take care of it. Anyway, no less than 100 lashes with the cat o' nine tails for the guilty party. Stealing the grog. The nerve. Anything else?
Captain, can you tell me your story?
Is this the reason you embarked?
I hoped to understand how you ended up here, Dad.
I have no time to get angry now. Go back to your duties. You can hear my story from the other members of the crew.
I'll need the key to access the hold.
You still aren't an official member of the crew. You must earn this honor. Every new member must get to know the ship and gain the trust of the rest of the crew.
I think I already saw everything and talked with everyone.
Let's see if this is true of you. Answer these 3 simple questions. First, name at least one member of the crew, except the captain, that you met on board.
Jimbo.
Second question. According to which code have the rules of life on board been drafted?
I guess this one?
Life on the Seas by Kid.
Third and last question. How many battles have we faced until today?
6. Oh, or 8. 8, not
8.
6.
Well done. You have the honor of becoming one of Kid's pirates. Among us, there's a pact of mutual friendship and loyalty. You deserve the key to access the hold.
What an honor.
Thanks, Captain. I'm honored to be part of your crew.
So for the first question, we have the...
Sorry, Captain. I'll leave you to your business.
Good. Go back to your duties, deckhand.
Okay, so for the first question, we have Jimbo the pirate here. For the second question, we saw through that crack the book on his table. And for the third question, we got the answer when we inspected the cannon earlier. Okay, yes, we go here.
Perfect. Wow! The legends were true. This is the result of years of piracy in all the seas of the world.
Okay, so let's explore this room. We have a barrel over here.
It surely contained some spices. They were very precious goods. I don't need it now. It probably contains vanilla or cardamom. They were worth a lot of money on the European market.
Okay, that's useless.
I'm not interested in taking these coffee beans. I'm already wide awake, especially after finding my dad. Coffee beans. Kid and his crew knew their value very well. They all have to be dated and cataloged, even if I'd like to dive into it, like in the comic books. Doubloons and other coins. Surely the bounty from a raid of some ship headed from the Americas to Europe. They will surely be full of doubloons or jewels, but now I have other priorities. Crates and coffers. They will surely be full of jewels and gold.
Okay.
The temptation to examine or take some of those coins is strong, but Dad takes precedence over everything. First, I have to take care of him, and then together we'll study the galley and its treasure. It's a mask. It doesn't seem to come from the Americas. I think it's the loot plundered from the assault on some ship coming from Europe.
Okay, and I think that's it. Okay, this room was pretty disappointing and useless. We only got this mask. I don't know what to do with this mask. Can we combine it with Jimbo?
It won't be useful like this. It won't be useful. It won't.
Okay, maybe we can use the sword and I don't know.
It's not helpful to me like this. It's not helpful to me like. It's not helpful to me like.
Okay, apparently not. Okay, what else can we do? Okay, I want to try something. We're gonna go back to the mushrooms. And I'm gonna try and use the sword on the mushrooms. Natural well. Did I interact with this earlier?
I don't want to dive over there. I can't even see the bottom. It's a natural well formed by the running water. It must be very deep. The water comes from some source upstream. It's fresh water.
Do we need water? Can we collect it with anything?
It won't be useful like this.
No. Maybe throw Jimbo?
That is not its purpose.
Maybe throw some pebbles?
I think they can be used in a more useful way.
Okay, never mind. Okay, let's try to use the
It's
sword.
not helpful to me like this.
That didn't work. Then what am I supposed to do? I think I explored everything. Nothing else here. We have this cannon, this useless opening.
It would be better to use the stairs.
I think we're gonna use this opening later, maybe? We're gonna get locked inside or something and we're gonna escape via the opening?
Why on earth should I leave through this hole? I should have a very valid reason to do something like that.
Okay. I'm pretty sure we explored everything here. Sacks, barrel, useless treasure, more useless treasure, crates. Okay, we have clothes, we have a hat, we have a mask. I think we need to place Jimbo somewhere and dress him up. But where?
It's a wooden mannequin. There's an inscription. Jimbo. They used it, together with other mannequins, to make the crew size look its largest.
Okay, so we need to put him somewhere in order to make the crew look big or something. I guess at the cannon?
It's useless here.
It's useless here. Here?
There wouldn't be much sense in having it guard a cannon below deck. The purpose of these mannequins was to swell the ranks of the crew, so they had to be visible.
Okay, so that means we place him here.
Not here. A real sea dog would have never sat on one of the cannons turned to port. They were extremely superstitious. They thought that turning their back to the mainland was a sign of contempt, and that they would have been punished by the sea.
Of course. How couldn't I have known that?
This old mannequin was used to deceive the enemy. The more mannequins there were, the larger and more dangerous the crew seemed. I could use it to distract my dad and enter his cabin. If I could disguise it as a pirate, I could make it pass for one of Kid's most bitter enemies. If I'm not mistaken, he named Morgan and Blackbeard earlier. I really see it as a Morgan.
Okay.
A classy touch. The hat makes it look more important.
Can we equip the mask?
This gives it an aura of mystery. They seem the right size. I don't think there was much variety of measurements on a pirate ship. It's starting to look like a member of the crew.
And I guess the sword as well?
Let's try to make it meaner. Discreetly threatening.
Is that all? I think that's all. Let's try it.
What's happening now? I hope it's something important.
Captain, there's Morgan on the bridge.
Captain, there's Morgan on the bridge.
Morgan. Damn scoundrel. You finally came back for the final showdown. It's really you, foul traitor. What nerve you dare show. By returning to the ship you turned your back on after it welcomed you as a child. Prepare yourself to face my wrath.
While Dad is busy, I can access the captain's cabin.
The day of reckoning has arrived.
Okay.
You'll pay for what you did.
Only in point-and-click adventure games. Okay, what do we have here? Chalice.
Dad has placed the logbook to protect the chalice's contents. Since I'm here, I better take them both. The same acrid smell of the mushrooms I saw in the cave emanates from the chalice. This could explain many things. Dad managed to survive all these years on a mixture of water and mushrooms. Even in small quantities, they sustain any organism that feeds on them and provide vital energy. On the other hand, they're also a powerful hallucinogen. Dad's state of shock following his fall from the cliffs, combined with the sight of Kid's ship, made him believe that he was the captain. If he keeps drinking from this chalice, he might never wake up. I have to get rid of this chalice. Professor Jones taught us that a strong adrenaline rush will counteract the mushroom's effect. First the chalice and then the adrenaline. One thing at a time.
Okay.
It's the Adventure Galley's logbook. My first priority is Dad, though. Then I can study it calmly. These are the nautical charts of the galley. They will be worth a fortune. With these, it would be possible to retrace the ship's routes and identify the places it visited. I can't deal with this right now. It's more urgent that I find a way to get out of here with Dad. It's the statue of a dragon. It was also Kid's nickname. Other than Scourge of the Seas, he was known as the Sea Dragon for the firepower of his cannons. Better leave it where it is. I don't need it to get Dad out of here.
Anything else? Apparently not.
It's a metal chalice. Dad uses it to drink. Inside it is a mixture of water and hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Okay, what am I supposed to do? Throw this into the pit?
It's time to end the game. Don't show your face again, Morgan.
Look who's back. Henry and his kid, the young Morgan.
How did you manage to get here, Steve?
It wasn't difficult. I was looking for you all over town, and suddenly, what a stroke of luck. I saw you entering the crypt in the graveyard. I waited for you a long time. Eventually, I decided to enter and I saw the tunnel. Henry, I didn't think you were still alive. I am partly relieved. My regret was consuming me. In the end, you were right. Kid's ship was docked here in Bone Town.
How dare you come aboard my ship without permission and offend a member of my crew? Who are you?
Henry, don't you recognize me? It's me.
Dad! Captain! It's Blackbeard. He was also able to get on board.
Blackbeard. Yes, I recognize you now. I see that you and Morgan are still inseparable. You'll end up just like him.
Henry, not again.
You leave me no choice.
I understand, Henry. I'm ready.
On guard!
Whatever you want, Henry.
I can't let you go.
Nobody wants to escape.
I think they can be used in a more useful way.
Let's see if you can handle me.
I have to get rid of it so that the mushrooms won't proliferate.
Is this all you can do?
I guess while they fight, we're just gonna go get rid of the chalice. Throw it here. I don't know what that solves,
That's
but
not a good idea. It could resurface in the vicinity of the ship. I have to find a way to get rid of it permanently. I have to get rid...
I mean, just keep it and don't give it to him. Like, what? Get rid of it permanently. I guess I use it on that one cannon.
On guard!
Whatever you want.
It should work. It's not a cannonball, so it won't have such a devastating effect. And now the coup de grace. Fire! I did it! Heck, I didn't see that coming. The racket from the cannon was more devastating than the shell itself. Better go back on deck and alert Dad.
Why would you do that, dude?
You don't stand a chance this time.
We'll see. I admit it. You defeated me, Henry.
A victory over a man who was once a friend has no value for me.
Captain, I'm sorry to interrupt your duel, but I think we need to go. The cave is collapsing.
Captain, what are you talking about?
The adrenaline caused by the duels with Jimbo and Steve is reducing the effect of the mushrooms. Hurry, let's go. There's not much time.
Not before seeing the treasure. I've never been so close to it, and I have no intention of leaving now.
But Steve, not now. There will be other opportunities in the future.
Yes, Steve. The kid's right. Let's run while we still can.
Henry, do you recognize me?
Steve, is that you? Oh, I'm not sure what's happening. It feels like I just woke up from a long dream.
There's no time, Dad. Let's go.
Dad? How come? Who?
You go! I want Kid's treasure. It represents my whole life's work. Henry, just know that I didn't want any of this to happen.
Steve!
Farewell.
Dad, let's
He
go.
just teleports.
Okay, I'll follow.
He just disappears.
Dad, I finally found you.
Willy, is that really you? How long has it been?
10 years, Dad. 10 very long years.
10 years. So this means you received my letter.
Yes, but why did you only have it delivered after all this time?
I sensed that something was wrong with Steve. I could see it in his behavior. When I realized that the search for Kid's treasure was becoming an obsession, I started to suspect that he could hurt our family. I hid my piece of the map and decided to deal with him. You are a Morgan. You have the spirit of adventure in your blood. But you were only 5, and I didn't want to trouble Mom with such a burden. I hoped that in 10 years Steve's obsession would vanish. I decided that if anything ever happened to me, you, after turning the necessary age, would be ready to pick up from where I left off. So I sent the post-dated letter.
I read Steve's diary. I know you fell off the cliff. How did you survive?
A stroke of luck. I fell right into the sea, and the tide pushed me toward an underwater passage that led directly to the cave. I wanted to find a way to get back to the surface, but I had to recover my strength first. The last thing I remember is some really delightful mushrooms. Then, it's all a blank.
Dad, let's go back home. We have a lot of things to talk about. Plus, we have to find a way to tell Mom without making her faint.
Elizabeth. Yes, we should go back.
Ready to leave Bonetown once and for all?
Bonetown is not a bad town. As soon as the legal formalities are arranged, we could think about coming back here. Remember, deep inside the cave is still the Adventure Galley. Who knows how much it can still tell the world about the golden age of piracy.
Speaking of which, when I took the chalice, I also brought the ship's logbook with me. Here it is.
I have so many questions. Why does his father think that the age of 15 is a good age for him to start exploring ancient legends? Like, really? What happened to Steve? What happened to the innkeeper? And to Bob? We never even saw Bob. Maybe we're going to get a sequel, I for one hope so. It was a really good experience, I had a lot of fun, and I'm going to play the sequel for sure if it ever gets released. Thanks a lot for watching. If you are new to the channel, you should know that I play a lot of point and click adventure games, but I also play all kinds of games. So go check them out, leave a like if you enjoy the series, tell me in the comments what other games you want me to try, subscribe and hit the bell if you enjoy watching me play games, and I'll see you in the next series. Jane!